Rightio, so we're just getting a few of these frames organised for this split. So I'm just going to put these clear ones in these boxes so we can just cart them over to the boxes that we're doing, and then we'll be able to swap these frames for the frames that we're going to take out of those hives over there with the brood on and a little bit of honey, and then the ladies should get themselves all excited because they'll pop out and they'll wake up tomorrow morning and they'll go, mother. And I'll say, we haven't got a boss. We better make one. And so they'll get some of the young eggs and they'll get organised, and that's, you've got to put a frame of honey. I usually put one either side. You don't need it to be ridiculous, but they need some honey and they want some pollen. And usually on your brood comb, well, if you look there, when you get that, you want the pollen on your brood comb because they generally need that to make the royal jelly. So they somehow or other, and I don't know exactly how it happens, but they must munch up the stuff, basically spit it into the honeycomb and feed their little larvae. And with a normal bee, she gets royal jelly until day 3, I think it is. But a queen, she gets royal jelly the whole time until she gets sealed up after 10 days or something like that. But I'm going to get corrected on all that, but it's around about that sort of time frame. And then she'll hatch out and turn into a queen. And next thing you know, and then she's got to go and have a bit of a notch on up out for a fly and find a bloke, or 10 or 20. Anyway, so here we go. We're just going to do these couple. We've only got 2 left to go. We've done the rest. So we're just going to get these last 2. Because we had to go and get some more boxes, which is typical of me. Anyway, so we're just going to pull the lid off of this one. I'll take the frames out of here. Just pop these frames on the neighbour here. That'll be the way for it. That'll work. We haven't smoked any of them yet, so we're just going to see what happens with these 2, because I've got the smoker over in the shed and I've run out of enthusiasm for that. So we'll see how crazy they are. So hopefully the ladies are all up here having a bit of a feed around and having a bit of a play about. Let's pop you over here in the box. Some of them will stay in there maybe. No, don't be stupid. Now, you remember where we are? Pretty sure those 2, isn't it? Fucking dead. See, this is where I should have put the texture mark in here, shouldn't I? Anyway, what I normally try to do is get it and just leave the 2 together. So I used to do it one at a time, and I just found if you take 2 at a time, they seem to get a nice amount. So there's all the nice nest bees. Let's pop them in there. That's all the nice little nurse bees that have run up to look after those girls, look after the babies. Give them some honey. I'll take some honey from over here because there's some nice spot of bees on this frame. Not all of these will stay in here, but at least more the merrier. Pop the lid back on there. Get that organised, they're looking good. We've got the door shut at the front. Anyway, then we're going to get this one and take it over there. But now we'll just pop the fresh frames up in the honey super and it should be all good, and we'll shut her down and the girls can go back and we'll stop annoying them. Try not to bump them if you haven't got too much smoke going, because they get a bit towy. Put my fancy bit of mesh on. Our mate Bill told us to do that, and it seems to work quite good rather than the mat when it's hot. If you really wanted to get excited, you can pop your, now that it's cooled off a bit, you can pop the nuke on the ground over here and you can just shake some bees out in front of it, and the nurse bees will run up into here and the other ones will fly home. But what I normally do is I just get out here, I'll come out here tomorrow and I'll just lift the lid off and I'll just have a bit of a suss as to how many bees have sort of settled in. And if I think they're a bit light on, I'll give them a bit of a topper. But anyway, whether that's right or wrong or indifferent, I don't know. There seems to be enough opinions out there to sink a battleship. Pop that over here on the back of the pallet. So we just thought we'd have a bit of a look in our newt boxes. This is where we put them in the shade, as you remember. So we thought we'd just crack them open about 10 days into this project. Just see what the little queen cells and how the girls have got on with their making. Because they're pretty fascinating little critters. They're having a bit of fun with the ants at the moment, because I was reading this book and it said that maybe you can spray them with sugar syrup to calm them down and make them feel like they enjoy your visits. Well, they enjoyed the sugar syrup, but the ants have really enjoyed it too, so I've got myself a bit of a problem trying to kill the bloody bull ants and not kill my girls, so I don't know. Anyway, you know, what does it say? You have one good thing and 10 shit things? I don't know, something like that anyway. Anyway, let's have a look what they're doing. So here all the ladies are. We'll have a bit of a look. So I've got the honey frames that we've put on either side, because they need honey obviously to feed the little brood that we're trying to create. Honey and pollen is what they make the royal jelly with. And okay, so we're going to take the outside one that's just honey, so hopefully we don't kill any queen cells that are in here. But you know what? Fuck. Probably, I don't know. Sometimes you shouldn't go anywhere near them, just come back in a month and just be bloody done with it, but still. For the purpose of this, we'll have a look. That's just our honey. Now, this is the brood that we picked up. Just try to be nice and careful. Let's see what they've done. Not on that one anyway. Fuck. Oh, hang on, they're on the next one, that's why. No, there's nothing on that brood. So they didn't find anything there worth having. Well, unless I stole that one. I can't remember now, one of them. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, here we go, this is what we're looking for. So they've drawn out these cells here that were the young eggs and stuff. Young eggs and larvae. And here's all the queen cells hanging down here that they've decided to use. Now if you're completely psycho, you can get your knife and basically cut them out. But I don't know, I would be a bit cautious with this one. I'd probably take that one down here by itself, because you go cutting through there, unless you're really good with a nice sharp little Stanley knife or something. And then you can take that cell and put it in another box. Or if you're really excited and you've got a couple of these, which is you've got 2 frames, just take the whole bloody frame and put it in a different brood box. Which is what I did over there. I stole one of these and stuck it in a box over there to see if it will go. So this is where they've got this little egg here and they've started to turn her into a queen. You can see that they're still feeding her a little bit of royal jelly. The only sad part is that girl's probably never going to make it, because one of these other ones are going to hatch out first and go and sting her ass to death, which is a real bugger. So the girls go to all this trouble. But anyway, they're hedging their bets. So in some people would say that you're meant to kill a few of them off, pick out, but I don't know how you pick out which is the best one. I guess maybe the biggest ones are the better ones. So maybe we should kill those little ones. Would that mean that they're... No, there's so much conjecture. Careful, we'll pop them all back in here. Try not to crush the cell, because they're still very delicate at this stage. They get stronger and stronger when they build more and more wax around them. Put that there to hopefully not smash anything. Put the honey back in. So you basically need honey, pollen. They can go and get a bit of pollen. Like, they are pretty diligent. They'll do their best to do the right thing. But if you give them some pollen, some honey, and obviously some eggs or young larvae, eggs is good, or the young 3-day-old larvae, then they'll because they need the honey and the pollen to make the royal jelly that they munch up and feed to their larvae, and then you've got yourself some queens. So by the weekend, what are we up to? Wednesday. So about, I think it's about 16 days. So about early next week, the queen should hatch. The only trouble is, the only thing I reckon queens have got wrong is that the queen should go out, do the mating thing, and then come back and kill her opposition, because sometimes they fly off and never come back because they get eaten by a bird or friggin' run into a power line, or I don't know what they do, but anyway. And then the bees are screwed. So probably one thing evolution fucked up.